Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, it's raining, it's supposed to be in the 80s, and I have the heat on and socks on because my feet are cold. Anyway, I wanted to touch base. First of all, thank all of you for being on our team and to remind you of our Healthy Happy Hour here at our home on Thursday at 7 o'clock. I know some of you are planning on attending, some of you are hosting your own events, and some of you are choosing to, you have some conflicts and you're choosing to do other things. So, but I did want to remind you, make sure you know that you're welcome to bring clients. Even if you can't be here, you're welcome to invite them. We're really excited to have our first National Discover Your Optimal Health Day. I did want to take just a couple of minutes and do a kind of a mini training. Some of you are brand new coaches. Some of you are seasoned and have been around a while. But this is one of the stumbling blocks new coaches have in the beginning, and that is the cost to do Take Shape for Life. And I remember as a new coach, I was like, oh, please don't ask me how much the food cost. Because for me, I personally had that as a concept that I thought I didn't want to ask them to spend $300 a month on food. I don't know why. Now I don't know why, but I just wanted to share with you different ways to look at it. If that's an issue that you have, that's a stumbling block for you personally, and perhaps the people that you've been reaching out to. One of the things that I do, so if it comes up and people say, well, what does it cost? And I say to them, well, what do you spend now on food? You eat, so what do you spend, do you think, a day on food? And they'll think about it, and then they'll maybe throw out a number that they spend at the grocery store each week. Say, okay, well, what do you spend at the convenience stores and maybe fast food restaurants or when you go out to eat? Then they start adding it all up, and then they'll come up with a figure that's much more than $11 a day. So I simply say it's about $11 a day to do the program, about $339 a month. There's a one-time cost of about $60 to get your program materials, your Habits of Health system, the two of Dr. Anderson's books, and the workbook that goes along with that. And that's a one-time program cost. You have all your materials right up front. And after that, you're just switching columns in your budget as far as where you spend your money on food. And you'll find that you either spend the same on food each month or less. Now, I have had people that are very frugal and cut coupons and are very conscious about where they spend their money. And for them, it's still not an additional $300 a month. It's probably an additional $100 a month because they still have to eat, right? They're still paying for what they're eating. So what I say to them is, well, how much do you have to lose? Do you want to lose? They'll say, I want to lose about 50 pounds, okay? So on this program, you're going to spend about $100 extra a month because we already figured out that that's what it's going to add to your monthly budget. And on average, if you follow the program as it's written, you probably could safely expect to lose about 10 pounds a month. So if I said to you, if I were willing to spend my time, energy, and expertise and coach you and work with you, and I could guarantee that in the next 5 months you would lose 50 pounds, would you be willing to give me $500 to lose 50 pounds? Is it worth that to you? And I have never had anybody say no, because they're not paying me a dime, right, to coach them. It would cost them an additional $500 to lose 50 pounds. Most people, when you break it down that way, see the value in it. So I hope that helps. But the other thing that I started doing too, is instead of leading with the program, what I do is I take out that client health profile sheet. I don't have one in front of me, but you all know what I'm talking about, where you fill in their name, their address, you find out what they want, their goals, and a little bit about their history and what their support system looks like. I go through that first because I want to find out if they're a match for the program. And before I do that, I let them know. I said, I have some questions for you. I just want to make sure that you're going to qualify for the program. So is it okay if we start with that first? And so by the time I've spent, 15, 20 minutes on that, establishing and building up a relationship, finding out what they want, really digging in to see if there's any kind of anything that might prevent them from being successful on the program. Once I find out they're a match, I say, you know what, this is great, Sally, you qualify for the program. So let me just briefly explain how the program works. And I might spend 5 minutes just kind of quickly reviewing. You eat 5 Medifast meals a day, 1 lean and green meal. Your first meal within the first hour of waking up. Space your meals 2 to 3 hours apart until you go to bed. You want to avoid alcohol, drink plenty of water. You can have a few snacks. There's an optional snack you can have a day. Exercise, we won't really get into that for another 2 or 3 weeks, so you don't have to worry about that unless you're already exercising, and then you want to cut it back in half. That's it. That's all I'd say about the program. And then I say, are you ready to get started? I don't say, how does that sound? I say, are you ready to get started? Yes. Great. I'd like to recommend the fully integrated package for you. It gives you a wide variety of foods. You'll be able to, because right now you don't know what you like or what you don't like. So you'll be able to sample a whole bunch. You're going to get your program materials right up front. And your first order is going to be about $399, including all of your program materials. I'm going to get you 4 more boxes for free, so I'll pick 4 of my favorites, and you'll get free shipping. And the second month, you'll also get another 4 boxes for free, but we're going to drop that amount down to about $250 because you're going to have a supply already built in there. And then after that, your average order is going to be right around $300 a month. Depending on what you pick, you can spend more, but it's usually right around that. And then I just say, I just need your credit card information, and we'll be able to get started. That's it. Simple as that. Easy as pie. So once you firmly believe that the cost of the program is not very much, and that their health is valuable enough to warrant you sharing this information with them, once you don't stumble over it, and it's coming from your heart, and you truly believe it doesn't cost a lot of money, then it'll be easier for you. So I hope that this was worth watching, and you got something from it, maybe some tips on how to present the program and how to go through everything. I am planning on having a coach training on 28th of September. I want to make sure you knew that. For those of you that are local, it'll be here at my house. And there's all kinds of local trainings going on around the country you're welcome to plug into. If I know one specifically, I'll send it to you. But I know there's one coming up this Saturday in Annapolis with Dr. Anderson and Lori. So for those of you in the Maryland area, then you'll want to take advantage of that, because those are really great trainings. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day.